My name is Brenda Gillis. I'm one of the Tech and Innovation coaches for the district. Today's afternoon topic, this is a Canvas session, and we will be going over how to import a template from Commons. So this is different than copying a Canvas course. So if you're looking for information on copying a prior course, we will have a session on that today at 2 o'clock. Today's session right now is focused on importing a template and using some resources from Canvas Commons. So that's what we're going to be going over today. If you have any questions during the session, if you could please pop those into the chat feature. We have another Tech and Innovation coach with us today also, Mike Gizzo. He's going to introduce himself in a moment and give you a little more information on the PD sessions. And just so you are aware, it looks like we're at almost 170 participants. So please be patient with us. If you have a question that is personal just to you, I recommend emailing us at edtech@powayusd.com. We'll pop that link into the chat for you. If you have a question for the good of the group, please enter that in the chat and we will try to make sure that we get to those today.
Thank you, Brenda. Again, I'm Mike Izzo, so nice to see all of you. Like Brenda said, if you have questions while she's going through, certainly pop them in the chat and ask. That said, we are going to, we're going to do our best to get to as many of the questions as possible, but you could imagine with, 170 teachers in this training, that could be difficult at times to do. So please, if you could just try and keep your questions related to the topic, it would make it a bit easier and we could make sure that we're addressing questions that kind of benefit this specific training. We have, how Brenda and I have decided to create the Canvas trainings is in smaller sessions on very specific topics so that you're not feeling overwhelmed when you're coming in and trying to go into like a large Canvas training where we're covering everything at once, but instead we're covering individual topics. So please take some time to look through the professional development booklet that was sent to you by either your site principal or learning support. That we have specific Canvas sessions that are going to be offered, I think 3 days a week for the next couple of weeks on what we thought were the best topics to get everybody up and going. And so please, consider, joining as many as possible. Also, please remember that all of these sessions are being recorded and will be posted on that same link. So the Zoom link that you use to get into this meeting will be replaced with the link to the training video. So you'll be able to access that video, go back, watch it, and that might help, clarify any issues. But again, you can pop messages into the chat. I'll be going through that and responding as quickly as possible. So thank you so much. Brenda, I will turn it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. So I am gonna stop sharing my screen there just so I can get to what we need to do next. So I'm gonna hop into Canvas here in just a second. Back to my screen share. And for those of you who aren't sure, to access Canvas, I recommend going through my plan. Has a new updated look for this year and some new resources if you haven't checked it out yet. So in my plan, just clicking on the Canvas My Connect icon. My Connect, we are phasing that out as the title for the District Learning Management System, or LMS. It is known as Canvas across the rest of the world. And switching back to referencing it as Canvas, which is its real world name, is hopefully providing you with more resources online. The Canvas guides are updated to keep up with the latest versions and making it easier for you to help yourself by doing some searches in Google if there's something that you need to know how to do in Canvas. There's a lot of information out there for you. I am currently on my dashboard and I'm just gonna walk you through a sample template that we put together using some resources out of Commons and then adding in some additional Canvas resources for you. So I'm going to give a quick overview of that. I'm going to show you an update to the editing toolbar in Canvas. So you have an option of using the classic view or the new rich content editing bar. And then I'm going to walk you through how to get to start a new course so you can start working on your master course to use for next school year. And then how to go and select resources and import them from Commons. And then we'll have time for questions and time for you to work as well. And we'll kind of hang out and let you work on that. And if you have any questions as you're working, we will be here for you. So this is what we were recommending as an elementary template. There's another one that's identical to this with just a slightly different color scheme available as well. All of the text here, so this, not the images here, like this fancy welcome sign, that's an image, but the text, the second grade, daily schedule, all of these labels are editable right within Canvas, so you don't have to worry about going out and resizing or importing images. You can customize those titles and links to meet your needs. And then over on the left-hand side of my in-course menu, I'm just going to hop into modules and show you some teacher resources that we embedded in this course for you. If you scroll down, we have this whole module here called For the Instructor. You'll see that we have links right here to several of the different Canvas guides and features that you might consider using in your classroom. Up on the top, we also have this page called Back to School Recommendations. There's a couple of other ones there, but this seems to be what everybody wants to know right now, so I want to make sure we go over it. Right now, we're recommending that you either start a new course or copy a previous year's course. Remember that session, the copy a previous year's course, we're going to do at 2 o'clock today. So if you start a new course, we'd recommend that you then import a template from Commons. We're going to go through that in just a bit. Then you can edit and customize your master course to get ready for next year. And as soon as you receive the district created course shells that'll have your students enrolled in them for you based on synergy enrollment, as well as the parents in the observer role, then you can copy that master shell, that master course content into that shell with students. So when you get that district shell, which will be close to the first day of school, all you're going to do is copy this master course that you can start working on today. Okay, we also included a couple of additional resources here for you that we'll be talking about today. So if you want to go back and watch a short clip video or have a step-by-step guide, we have those attached here. And then this is also a link to the complete instructor guide for Canvas if there are other features that you're looking for. So again, that was in the modules with the teacher resources. So down at the bottom here, back to school recommendations. And then we also have some more information built into the course for you as the instructor. All right. We doing okay, Mike?
Yes. So just to remind everybody, Brenda was just giving a brief overview, and she's gonna walk you through how to create that sandbox course and import the template. Right.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to get that template in just 1 second. I do want to show you one thing before we do that. In your settings, and this is an in-course setting, so it's by each individual course, you have a tab called Feature Options. It's over on the right once you go into settings, and you have an option to change your editing toolbar. So this is RCE enhancement. If you turn that one on, you can also turn on the auto save option. So if you're working on a page and you navigate away from it, it will save it for you. And when you come back in, it'll prompt you and give you a preview if you want to keep the page that was there or that one that you forgot to save. So that's a nice feature in there. You do not have to turn it on, but you are welcome to. There's also one in here called Elementary Theming. It's basically going to give you a new font in Canvas. So up to you if you want to switch that. Over here on the left-hand side, I don't know if you can tell, this is the old font here. This is the new font, a little bit different. All I'm going to head back into my home page and just show you what the new editing toolbar looks like. So when I click on edit, you'll see across the top, it's a little more streamlined look. You also have some tabs across the top there. And it took me a few tries to get used to it, but I really do like it better than the old content editor. But that is a personal choice. I just want to point that out as you see us working through things, you may see this toolbar looking differently. So again, that's in settings and then feature options. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So we are going to import a template now. That's why you're all here. I am going to start from my dashboard. And if you already have a master course or like a sandbox or a playground kind of course where you're just trying things out, you're welcome to stick with that one. If you want to start a new one, you can always go over here on the right-hand side and just click Start a New Course. So I'm going to title it Master. I already have one called Master for 2020, so I'm going to call it something else. All right. So I'm creating a new course, and this course is going to pop up and it's going to have nothing in it. I want to start this course by importing from Commons. So this is just the new course I created. You can see its title up here. Over on the right, I'm going to click Import from Commons. Commons is a shared resource from the Canvas community, meaning that anyone can contribute anything, any content created in Canvas to Canvas Commons. You'll see that we have tagged a couple of the templates that we've worked on and edited and kind of customized for Poway up here at the top. They're listed as featured, but I do also want to show you over here on the right, you can filter. So you can filter in Commons if you're looking for a quiz for 4th grade social studies. You can search the tag, you can filter down to quizzes, you can filter by grade level if you are only searching for templates. And then down here, you're going to notice that we have just a district shared resources. So when you share, if you decide to share resources out, you can limit it to people within the school district. And then we also have some school site specific groups. And then you can close your filter and you'll see only Poway resources. You're also more than welcome to go out and search the greater Canvas community for templates. We're just going to use one of the ones that we've been working in today. And the originals for this did come from Canvas Commons as well. So some of you may have seen it already or something similar to it. When I decide which one I want, I'm just going to click on the title. It's going to give me a preview of that course. It's going to tell me how many pages, etc., are in it, and I can kind of look through to see what resources are there. If I decide this is the course that I want, I'm going to go ahead and click on Import, Download, and then it's going to ask me which course I want to import into. Hopefully your list of Canvas courses isn't quite as long as mine, so it should be a little easier to find, but you can always search for it. I'm going to go ahead and choose that Master 2 course that I just started and import into my course. Up at the top of this screen, I'm going to get this green bar that lets me know that I have started the import, and it might take a little bit of time for it to process through. Usually they're pretty quick, but I have noticed today things are moving a little bit slower. I'm just guessing there are a lot of people working on their courses and doing some importing today. So maybe a little slower than I would normally expect, but it's still a pretty quick process. Over on the left-hand side, I'm going to click back to my course menu and I'm going to find that master course somewhere. I'm just going to go back to my dashboard. All right.
Brenda, while you do that, I've gotten a few questions on how you recommend them moving forward if they only want to use like certain sections of the template.
Okay, that's absolutely an option for you as well. I'm trying to find my, If you only want to use part of the template, you can, there are multiple ways of doing it. But what I would recommend is if you just go into, if I go into Commons, and I decide that I want to download the course, you can then either import, well, you're going to need to import, sorry, the whole course once. Okay, I'm going to pick that one. I'm going to import into the course. Once that finishes, so I'm going to go back and try and find that master course. There we go. Once it finishes, I can, we're still working on our import, so I can either delete different resources out of that imported course, or if I import the course, because it's in Commons as an entire course and I don't have the options of just selecting different pieces out of it, once I import it, if there's only a couple of things I want, I can actually copy or import existing content, because I'll have this template available. I could just pick and choose by using that import existing content feature. So if I do this, I'm going to copy a Canvas course. Let's say it's the one that I called Yay. But here I'm going to get the option to select specific content. And then when I click on import down here, it's going to ask me which content I want. So this is only if you're looking for just specific content out of a template. You're going to need to download the whole template from Commons first, and then you can pick and choose what you take out of it to put in whatever course you want. So then I can go down to like the page level or assignment or quizzes level and just get those specific things. So if I want to keep all my content from last year's course, but I want to just pull in this home page, I can do that. And then it runs through that same import content, importing process. All right, so today's extra slow. Any other questions, Mike, while we have, we're waiting for that import to finish?
No, I'm not seeing any more questions. There was a couple questions about Commons in general. So I think just keep in mind that the Canvas Commons isn't necessarily all PUSD content in there. So anybody can choose to share content they've created in Commons. So you'll see a lot if you kind of just search through. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, and just so that you know, anything that you import from Commons, then if you've basically made a copy of whatever that resource is, whatever content you've pulled over, and you can edit it from there. You'll also notice that if you go back into Commons, if anyone has updated any resources, you'll get a little notification about updates. See across the top here, I have 2 updates here, and I can decide if I want to update to the new version, or if I want to dismiss that and keep what I have. So you can always check back and see if there have been any updates made to anything you've downloaded from Commons. All right, there we go. So if you guys are importing as well, a little slower than normal. It usually takes less than a minute, but that took a little time. And now I have my imported template. And again, some of these resources came out of the Commons to begin with, but we did change it so that you could make edits right on the page. So this text right here, maybe I'm teaching 3rd grade. I just want to be able to edit it right there in Canvas and not have to go out to make an image and then import that back in. right. I want to make sure that you guys have some time to work and that we have a chance to try and address some of the questions. So we're going to stay on. I might mute myself for a while. I might stop my video, but I'm still here. I'm just going to hop into the chat. And then as Mike and I are going through it, if we see any common themes, we'll try and come back and address it to the whole group. Sound good, Mike?
Yes, that sounds great. I'm sorry, and I'm muted. Sorry, I am trying to scroll through all the questions, and Brenda's going to, kind of help me get through them. And so if I didn't respond yet, we're going to work on that. But it's planned for you to have work time. So you can take the next 30 minutes of the training to make sure you got your template in, kind of mess with it a bit, see if you can make some changes, and just ask any questions if they come up. Thank you.